Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Hey, yo, what up, everybody? It is Thursday, 9 p.m. 1 week from today, Mike. We are going to be
baby.
on the road to KnuckleMania, but we're here tonight with the Mike and Mish show.
Yeah,
What up,
brother.
Mike? What up, Mike?
What is up? I am super hyped up about KnuckleMania. I told somebody today, I said, you know what? I'm going to KnuckleMania 6 next week. And they were like, KnuckleMania? Like they couldn't believe it was called KnuckleMania. They
And
got excited like they
did
were
you tell them
me
that
as a
this is
kid.
our sixth one that we're going to? We've been to all six of them. Well, once we go next week, we'll be. I don't know if there's any other podcasters or MMA media, combat sports media
Know.
that have
There's
been
a
at
lot
all
of
six of
people.
them. I think we got that one, dude.
I don't know if there's a lot of human beings that have been to all 6 KnuckleManias. That's a fact, but I'll make sure to shout it from the rooftops tomorrow.
Listen, David
I'll
Feldman
get
and his
yelled at
crew.
and say, "Get back to work, Honnold. What are you doing on the roof?"
Yeah, David Feldman and his crew, and us. That's it. They're the ones that made all six so far.
Pretty much.
But hey, we got 3 fighters that are going to be on the show tonight. That'll all be on that card. All 3 of these guys we haven't talked to in a while on the show. All 3 of them are some of the most entertaining fighters on the entire damn roster. 2 of them happen to be fighting against each other. The first guest of the night tonight is going to be fighting our last guest of the night tonight. So we're going to start off the show with Mike the Marine Richman, one of the best to ever do it in the sport. Follow it up with a walking fight of the night, the Bkfc's walking fight of the night, I would like to call him. I know they call Chris Lytle the walking fight of the night.
Yes,
But
they do.
BKFC's version of the walking fight of the night is Tony Loco Soto. Every single time he goes out there, it's a 5-round war and he wins fight of the night. And then the long-awaited return after a 14-month hiatus, he's stepping back into the squared circle, and he has a tough task on his hands when he fights Mike Richman. It is Hitman 187, Joe Elmore. That will round out the show tonight. Unbelievable. But shout out our sponsor real quick, and then we'll get right to Mike the Marine Richman, who's waiting patiently to come on the show right now. Get over to fullblastclothing.com. Check out their clothing line. Buy yourself a shirt, sweatshirt, hat. Get the Mike and Mish Full Blast collab, and then head over to the Instagram and give them a follow at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram as well. Mike, what do you got there, Mike? Oh, it's the Full Blast Mike and Mish collab shirt. You can find that on the website. Beautiful. Go do that. And I'm too excited for KnuckleMania 6 and our first guest. So, Mike, why don't we go ahead and bring him on?
Oh, baby, I cannot wait for this. Here we go. Without further ado, we will be joined by Mike Richman in 1 second.
What do we got here?
Knockout of the night
Yeah,
and our new champ.
KFC gang. Oh shit, yeah, I'll wear that all night. I might gotta hide it at Tootsie's though. I don't even Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. It's heavy too. Yeah.
There he is. There he is. He returns to the Mike and Mish show. It's been too long for a Mike and Mish show. Mike Richmond, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Do I have good evil strip club manager energy?
We always love the evil strip club manager energy, dude.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very dark. It's almost like we're talking, like we're on a documentary and you don't want to be seen, you know? So it's like, hey, you know, we're talking about all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
No.
It up a little bit better.
Yeah, you got some good lighting tonight. Mike, welcome back, dude. And hey, you've been out since May, since you fought that giant fucking Josh Dyer. And you know, you've been out since May and you are making your return. Before we talk about what you've been up to in the time between then and now, let's talk about Josh Dyer. When you went out there that night, did you catch Josh Dyer on his best night? That kid was looking pretty fucking fantastic, huh?
Yeah, he was pretty sharp, man. He was sharp. He definitely tightened up his game, his style. He really put in the work in his camp to be more precise, more straight line with the shots. He wasn't as loopy as he was in previous fights. He really did his work, and he was very accurate. You know, every one of his straight line punches landed right on my forehead, split me open. I swear, almost every shot that landed cut me. Yeah, he was on point. You know, he was on point, and it was just one of those fights where, you know, hindsight's a bitch. You look back, you know, I could have slipped better here. I could have blockaded there. I could have countered better there. You know, I just wanted to keep pressing. And, you know, we put on a good show. But yeah, it's always disappointing to lose, for sure, especially when you lose the title.
And you being one of the most precise fighters on the roster, he must have knew he had to come in, you know, sniping that night.
Correct.
He had to come correct. And that right hand, man, he's a powerful kid, that Josh Dyer, you know. And he and you, it's so funny because you and him were the last two champs before Lorenzo got his belt back, and like you and Josh both did the same goddamn thing against Lorenzo. You both pieced him up for like 1 minute and 57 seconds of a 2-minute fight, and Lorenzo got that sneak shot in, dude. It's like it was almost eerie how similar it was between you and Josh in your fight.
Yeah, it was very
Right?
eerie. I watched it live too when it happened, and it was jaw-dropping, nostalgia, eerie, deja vu, all of the above. Like, what the fuck? I just watched myself again. It was wild. It was wild.
It was weird as fuck. I think that's I don't know how else to explain it. It was so weird. It just blew my mind. I was like, I don't know. And then the next day, looking at the countdown and I was like, this is weird. It's like that baseball play. Did you see that baseball play from, was it last year, where the top and the bottom inning, there was like the exact same pitch, exact same hit. I think the shortstop cuts it off, throws it to first. It's like the exact timing. Everything is the exact same. It was the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, the end of the round, the punch that was thrown, the result that happened, you know, snoozed us both. It was fucking weird. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
It was a glitch in the matrix that day. You know what I mean? It's one of those like glitch in the matrix situations, like the baseball play that Mike's talking about. Dude, you're coming back after you know, May to now, not quite a year, but it's a little time off. I know that you had to have time to heal up, but you know, the images after that fight with Josh were some stunning images, but it seems like you fucking healed right up, and you look like you never even was in the fight. It's pretty incredible what you went through that night. And to hear that you never even went to the hospital that night, right? Is that correct? Did you go to the hospital?
I didn't go to the hospital that night.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I was lucky, I guess, because the ringside physician, one of the guys that did the sutures on me, he's like, hey, Mike, he's a plastic surgeon. So he's like, I'm a plastic surgeon. He had all the fucking right shit he needed. He's like, if I wasn't here, then they would have had to send me to the hospital. He did a phenomenal job. It's like 81 plus stitches. And then, you know, I fucking healed like Wolverine. So, you know, I wish I would have got back in the ring sooner, you know, but I understand, you know, they wanted to make sure you know, everything healed properly or whatnot. Cause you know, when you keep adding the scar tissue to your face, it doesn't help you in future fights.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that question. Like, how soon after that fight were you ready to go back? Because it seemed like you did heal pretty quick from that. And, you know, May to now is a little bit of a layoff. But we do know that after that fight, you had announced that you wanted to make the move down to 165. I know that the next fight is not at 165. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I was wondering, how soon after were you thinking about making that move down to welterweight?
You know what? It's always been in my mind to do it, whether, you know, it was after Dyer or later after Dyer. I feel like, you know, it's a personal thing for me. Winning the championship, regardless of weight classes, is a special thing. To do it twice, whether you want to come interim or not, but then to win it again, that's an awesome thing, regardless of weight class. But I just really wanted to stamp, you know, how much more special it was that I was coming up in weight to win at that weight class, you know. So I just always looked at it as, you know, let's drop down, let's get back into your, you know, really dieting, your really kind of MMA type days where we can start to lean out and fight at those lower weight classes. do really well there to really cement how special it was to go up and win the 185-pound title. Because everyone wants to talk about weight classes all the time. Everyone, oh, weight class, come to my weight class, come to this. But no one ever wants to say, hey, look what the fuck Mike did.
Right.
So there's a part of me has that feeling, right? So that I know in my heart that I could still be a little beefcake, still keep on weight and compete at a high level at 185 pounds. I know I could. And I know I could be a top contender still and fighting for the title and whatnot. But I just figured, I'm like, all right, cool. Let's try to cement and highlight how special it was to go up there and win it.
Did you see that shit this past weekend at the UFC event? That all the weight cut issues that they had, dude. Weight cutting is great. I know you're only going down to 165, right? It's not like the days of you cutting down to 135, but like
No.
but these guys that are like, did you see that guy pass out on his face? Oh my god, that shit was scary.
My stomach hurt just thinking.
Right.
Makes my stomach hurt just thinking about trying to cut to 35. But yeah, seeing the face plant like that, yeah, that's tough.
That's got to be like they've been talking about, revisiting the idea of weight classes and weight cuts for a long, long time. They just keep talking about it and never doing anything about it. But dude, that this past weekend at UFC was scary. And then Davison Figueiredo stepped on the scale. Like when he walked up on the stage, he didn't like know where the scale was. They had to like take his shoulders and like guide him. And when he stepped on the scale, he looked like he had no fucking clue where he was. I was like, man, that's some crazy shit.
I really love the way back in my Bellator days and my MMA days, we didn't even have the early weigh-in and then the media weigh-in. It was like you had to fucking grind and wait all day long till like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening to finally weigh in. And yeah, trying to make 135. Oh, my stomach hurts just thinking about that. But I do love about Bkfc is I do love the first initial weigh-in is like, all right, get the guys in there quick, get them on the scale, make sure the officials are there, everyone can see it, and then you can there's no like, I mean, it's not a knock at the UFC, even the first initial weigh-in, there's still like a long process, and then they're coming out, and it's a whole spectacle, even before the spectacle. I do like Bkfc really is mindful of like, hey, these guys put in the work, cut the weight, let's get them back here, let's weigh them in, let's move on.
Yes. What's crazy too is like watching it. It almost seems as though people act like they don't know what's going on. Like I'm watching it and the fighter falls and Cormier's like, oh my God, what happened? And
Right.
like me at home, I'm like, what do you mean what happened? Like Daniel Cormier knows of all people what happened. We all know what happened. We've been talking about it for years and years and years. Everybody knows what happened. It happens all the time. And you might not see people face plant all the time,
No.
but they do, they are face planting. We've seen the videos. It's crazy. So yeah, I think it's time for them to just kind of come up with something, better than what
was definitely weird. Like he didn't know how to respond or react to it. Like we know what happened. Like you don't have to play the PC commentator angle.
Yep. Yeah.
Now this one, like I said a few minutes ago, you had talked about going down to 165, and for those who were paying attention to this show and that are going to listen to this afterward, they already obviously are tuning in to hear you talk because they know you're fighting Joe Elmore. Mm-hmm. Joe Elmore is always an exciting fight. Joe Elmore has made his entire career at 165, and you had the run-in with him in Hollywood. You had mentioned after the Dyer fight that you were moving to 165. There was a long layoff. When did the conversation start coming up that Joe may be a opponent for you? And did you expect this fight to be at 165? And I guess one more part of that question is, did you know that you were going to possibly be fighting Joe before the incident in Hollywood?
I think that's part of what kind of started the incident, because I was talking about me dropping down to 165 and they're like, all right, cool. Let's make sure Mike gets down there. Let's find, let's get the right style matchup of opponent for that fight. And, he was one of the names that came up, and I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, you've been in the game long enough. You like all these guys, whether you get into it with them or not. But I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll fight Joe. And I think, he heard that I was interested in taking that fight. And so there was rumblings of it happening before we kind of crossed paths at the Hollywood show, and then he had his fighter there, and I was down there, and then we kind of, I walked by him going to piss, and he started kind of like, oh, you want to, a little chirping back and forth. You want to drop down to 65, da 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 da. And things led to what they led to. What happened to it, which I know you're going to ask, why did it come to 75? Because for a while, and you can ask Joe later, the back and forth of this fight was going to be on and not be on and be on. It was like, it was on, it was off. It was on, it was off. Like, we knew at least 9 weeks out for the fight, I would say, give or take, around that area. Like, all right, cool. It was verbal agreement. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it was like, all right, never mind. It's off. And then it's on. Then it's off. And it's like, no, Mike, we can't afford to pay you for this show because payroll's already too high. Maybe I'd be late. So it was like on again, off again, on again, while I'm still training. But, like, this is during the holidays, so I'm still eating. I'm still monitoring my weight. But then there was, like, after the third or fourth time, my manager, Kevin Smith, was like, man, I think it's legitimately, like, off this time. And then I'm like, okay. So then literally that was a couple days before Christmas probably. Anyways, eating, enjoying time with families, whatnot. Then I'm getting back to the gym on Monday to keep training. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, cool. Maybe Joe and I will fight and headline a show late February, March, something like that. Get pushed farther back. And then all of a sudden I get hit up. No, Mike, it is on. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, all right, cool, man. If he wants to fight, like, I'm not going to keep, this has fucking been like 3 weeks of bullshit. I'm like, let's fight at 75 if he's willing to fight at 75, because I'm not going to do another one of these like drastic cuts. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So he agreed to it. And then that's what ended up us kind of coming to the 175 pounds.
So let's talk about the placement on the card.
Oh, don't get me fucking started.
Because Kyle and I,
yeah, it's crazy.
We like to criticize everything, and sometimes it's good and sometimes constructive and such. And but the placement on the card we thought was not the best placement. And I will say, in the past, we've seen placements on the website, and then when fight night comes around, those aren't the actual placement. It has changed, and they have done that more than a few times. What do you know about the placement? And have you guys talked to Bkfc? Have you talked to Kevin to say, hey, what's up? You're a former champion. You're a well-known name, a headliner. I don't think that you should be where you are on that card.
No, I agree. I mean, not only am I a two-time former champion, I fought for the company 9 times. Okay, 9 times. My first fight was a co-main event. All 8 other fights, I was main event. And I was a former champ. So, like, to put me in the placement of the card, I was fucking pissed. But then I'm like, all right, Mike, I guess we got to just keep reminding him. I'm like, don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. So then you can ask Kevin Smith, sometimes I'm a horrible fighter for him because I'm always fucking yelling at him.
Kevin,
that's what he's there for.
But I haven't hit up David and them directly, like, what the fuck, man? I do feel that. Now, do I get, all right, cool, we got Philly guys and we want, I'm 40, I'm older, blah, 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 whatever. We want to push these Philly guys. They're selling a shit ton of tickets. You can tell me all that fucking shit you want till my face turns blue. Like, to still put me where I'm at is fucking insane to me. It's insane to not even be in, like, a feature fight. Like, I don't know, man. Like, depending on where the placement, it looks like maybe I'm opening the main card. Like, I don't fucking know. It's fucking insane to me. I feel a high level of disrespect with it, but it is what it is. You just got to stay positive. Maybe they'll make changes. I mean, they're not even marketing the fight. That's the part that fucking kills me. They're not even trying to, they didn't even change the artwork. They didn't even put together no, like, cool promo videos. It's not that fucking hard. It ain't that hard, dude. I run fucking clobber runners. It's not that hard to put together some fucking promo shit. So, like, yeah, it's annoying.
That was going to be, 1B, basically, was the promo and how it hasn't changed yet. They still actually have not put in Mundell. I did see Mundell on a fight card poster, but he's not in the actual commercial that they made, like the fight night commercial, which I hope they would make another one today.
It's not that fucking hard. Like, holy shit. I could fucking get some shit together, give it to one of my guys, and put together a fucking better video. Like, it's crazy.
Right. I 100% agree with everything you guys are saying. And it's not a shot against Crystal and Judd or Johnny Garb and Kane Tomlinson, but
No.
all due respect, they do not belong above you on a card for sure.
Not-
And for one of the comments over here on Instagram, Howie says it's good to give the fans a great fight early to get their attention and put asses in the seats. I would argue that putting Jod and Crystal on the card early would fucking grab some attention and put some asses in seats. You know what I mean? Like you want to just grab some attention and put asses in seats. Put the two girls down there. Johnny Garb is the hometown kid. Let him fight right before you, and then because the main event and the co-main event are set, and then the Bonner and Tony Soto fight is a rematch from a title fight, so that makes sense in the feature. But then right below that one should be you and Joe. I 100% believe that.
And now maybe because of that's what Kevin. Well, maybe because Mike, there was back and forth. The fight was on, the fight was off, the fight was on. Okay, cool. But then when it was fucking officially on, it's not that hard to switch shit up. So that's the part that I don't accept. That I don't accept that answer. But it is what it is. Where I'm like, all right, cool. Like I guess I gotta fucking show him again. You know what I mean? I felt bad. I felt bad when this happened to Francisco Ricci once, when he was a former champ, and then he was like the second or third fight on a fucking Hollywood card, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, they better not ever do that to me. And now I'm fucking feeling it.
It's crazy. Now before we're gonna finish up with you in a few minutes here, we got to talk about you and Joe Elmore, and like we talked about the build up to it, but everybody knows that Joe goes out there and he's a very violent fighter. You are one of the I wholeheartedly believe this, and I'm not kissing ass or anything, but you have really like laid the blueprint down for other fighters. You came in at Bkfc 17 in Birmingham and completely mollywopped Marcel Stamps, and I think that you have kind of like laid the blueprint out for using body work to set up your kill shots. Like, I don't think anybody's really done it like you did until you started doing it in the BKFC, and people started ripping the body and then going to the head, ripping hooks to the body and then hooks to the head and fucking people up. Before you, I don't think people realize how much damage you can do to someone's body with a bare hand. Like bare knuckles to ribs is a motherfucker. And I think you figured that out. Yes. So I do believe that like you are one of the best to ever do it. Joe Elmore is one of the most entertaining and one of the most violent to ever do it. This is a setup for a very interesting fight for the BKFC fans. For those watching on February 7th, and if Joe is looking at your Josh Dyer fight and thinking that he just laid a blueprint out on how to beat you, what do you have to say to that thought pattern, and what can we expect when you and Elmore throw down on February 7th?
I mean, if he wants to follow the blueprint, I mean, he's more than welcome, to try to do that. And we'll see how that turns out for him. I don't think, I mean, I didn't even know Dyer was going to be throwing a lot of those straight line shots like that with accuracy. Now, if Joe has that in him, maybe he does. But I feel like there's nothing but respect for the guy. He's a very entertaining. He's a warrior. He puts on very, very exciting, entertaining fights. But I still feel that I am levels above him when it comes to talent. I can counterpunch. I can pressure you. I can draw you in. And most importantly, I can hurt you with both of my hands relatively easily. He's not fought somebody with punching power like me. He just hasn't. I mean, I say that over and over and over again, and then I have to prove it over and over and over again. But like you said, I'm very precise. I'm very accurate. And then I'll go to the body if you're not paying attention. It's a dangerous fight for him. Now, if he gets up and he stays in there, then the fans are going to be in for a very, very exciting, entertaining fight, because he is a warrior. He's a gladiator, and he can draw you into a fight that you might not thought you would be fighting. Next thing you know, you're in a fucking rock'em sock'em fucking fight when you didn't think you were gonna be in one.
Man, I'm excited about this one. And afterwards, is the plan still to go to 165? I know that this one ended up at 175. Say you go out there, you get a win at 175, and like all of a sudden they're right back in the conversations of you fighting a top 2 or 3 175er, and you're one fight away from Mundell again. Is that something that you would entertain, or is 165 the idea?
I would definitely entertain both weight classes. I want to still be able to do the 65 or 75. Now, if they're like, hey, Mike, we got a #1 contender, Mundell needs more guys coming for him. We need you to fight this #1 contender fight. Winner fights Mundell. Then, I would consider that. But also, I still want to drop to 65. And 65 is loaded with talent. So much talent at 165. So I don't know in the pecking order where I'll fall there. Do I still, like I said, I still believe I can go to 185 and compete at a high level there. Like, that's how I feel about myself and my skills and what I have to offer. I mean, I even told Feldman, I'm like, fucking put me in the fucking 185 plus open weight $1 million tournament. I don't give a fuck. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? And I know Feldman was very like, Mike, if you're cutting all the way down, we're not going to let you go back up. I'm like, how fucking awesome would that be? Like, get me up there, man. I'll fucking fight. Let's go. Pay me some money.
Let's go.
Yes.
Mike,
you can do it all, Mike.
Yeah.
I want to say, I don't care what weight division you're fighting in. I need to see you fight. That's it.
At the end of the day, there's not many people that can get in the pocket, stay right there, rounds firing down range, and be able to connect accurately, fast with deadly shots in this game right now. There's a small percentage of guys out there, and I see a lot of them out there with talent, and I love to see the sport growing and growing. And we're going to get to a point one day where everyone on the card is going to be so fucking skillful. It's going to be cool to see one day down the road.
And it's not only that,
Great.
but I also am extremely entertained by how calm you are. I don't know what's going on inside your head. I don't know what's going on inside your body, but you look like you're, taking a walk on a summer afternoon. It's the craziest thing ever. And when I watch it, it's thoroughly entertaining to watch.
It's right at
I'm like,
home.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm more nervous than you are, it seems. When I'm watching the fight, I feel like I'm sweating outside the ring for everyone who's, I'm like, oh my God, oh shit, fuck,
Yeah.
But every swing, and then you're just in there walking away like, all right, maybe I'll go to the store after this, pick up, burger, whatever.
No, I appreciate that. I try to take that Mike Tyson approach that Customato, told him way back in the day when he was young of, why are you jumping up and down celebrating after a win? You knew this was going to happen. You're acting surprised when you jump up and down and act all crazy. And I try to really embody that in the whole fight and after.
Yeah, I love it.
It's
awesome.
It's crazy impressive for sure. One last question before we let you go, dude. Your home state is a fucking crazy town right now.
Yeah.
What's life like right now for Mike Richman fight camp with all the shit that's going on in Minneapolis there?
It's not really disrupting fight camp. Definitely disrupting business for all businesses in the city. A lot of it is just in certain areas, certain neighborhoods, and it's just unfortunate that what it's doing to the state of Minnesota and the city again. It's like it's just fucking one thing after another. It sucks that we're in this position, and hopefully we can fucking push through it, because it is very, very, very annoying.
Man, we went from the only thing I knew about Minnesota prior to like nowadays with all the shit going on was the Mighty Ducks, Kevin Garnett, and fucking and Mike Richman. You know what I mean? The Mall of America. It was like I knew a handful of things from Minnesota, and now all this shit is going on. So man, God bless you for staying safe out there and avoiding the crazies and fucking continuing business as you do. I cannot wait to see you fight Joe Elmore on the 7th. Do you have anything you want to shout out before we let you go?
No, man. I just hope that everyone tunes in. It's going to be, not only is it going to be a great fight, because it is. I mean, we're going to put on a show. That's just what Joe and I do. But that event is going to be sick. I mean, the card is stacked. Yeah. The card is stacked. As a fight fan myself, I mean, the announcement of Mundell versus Hunt. I mean, as a fight fan, I'm like, oh shit, I got to get back ready to see that in time. You know, I mean, that's a sick fucking fight. You know, so many good fights in the card. For everyone that's going to be there live is going to get a treat.
Absolutely.
You
Thanks.
are correct. It's going to be unbelievable. The fight
Yeah,
card
man.
is unreal.
Thank you
So-
for always giving us some of your time, Mike.
I'm
We'll
not
see.
even on the. They're not even having me at the press conference. Can you believe how fucking crazy that is?
No,
Just
I think
show
I'll
up.
just go.
We'll be there. So we'll see you there if you show
All right.
up. We appreciate you so much, and we'll see you down there. Mike, you got anything else for Mike Richman?
Yeah, you just show up, pull up a chair, and I don't think anybody's moving Mike Richman. Everybody else, make sure you are tuned the fuck in, because guess what? KnuckleMania 6 is coming up next week. Philadelphia, Richmond versus Elmore, February 7th. I cannot wait. Xfinity Mobile Arena. There's going to be like 18,000 people in attendance there. We were there last year, and there was just short of 18,000. They're going to get over the 18,000 mark. It was absolutely insane. It's going to be great. The card is stacked from top to bottom. Man, it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, Mike Richman, and we will see you next week. Take care. And when we come back, we'll be joined by the one and only Tony Loco Soto.
Later, Mike.
Later.
Oh, look at this guy, Tony
Ew,
Loco
there he is.
in Brooklyn Zone. What's going on, Tony? How are you?
Hear you.
You can't hear us.
You can't hear us.
Hold on.
Back out, come back.
Back out. Come back. Back out. Come back.
You hear us?
I'm gonna text him.
Okay, I'll remove him. Yep. Back out, come back. Back out, come back. That's the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do things.
It's been happening a lot lately, dude. It's fucking
Yeah, it's the
pissing me
way of the
off with
world.
this shit.
That's the way
Hey,
things happen.
there he is. Let's bring him on, Mike. Go ahead
All
and bring
right, let's go.
There we go. What's up,
him.
gentlemen?
Hey, what's up, man? How
Hey.
are you?
I'm hanging in like a loose tooth. How you doing, baby?
In there like swimwear.
In there like swimwear, you know. I'm just hanging out with the mayor over here. We were talking about
Sure.
Brooklyn Zone coming on here, fighting a little bit south of your original home. You got to be pretty excited with this fight coming up, huh?
I'm pretty calm, cool, and collective. I'm actually more focused than ever. This is, my get back. I was supposed to get my get back with Franco, and it didn't happen. But, I wind up fighting this gentleman that I'm fighting, this British fuckface, and there's no excuses this time around. I'm 100%. There's nothing, knock on wood. I've had a lot of unfortunate circumstances that happened within the last two fights. And this time, this is the old me, and I feel great. I even got the old haircut back because this is my undefeated haircut. So, this camp has been amazing. I've traveled to New York City. I mean, I feel great.
Man, the first one, I know you came out on the losing end of the first Bonner fight, but that was a classic between you and him. And I just recently rewatched that fight back, and I do agree with your sentiment when it comes to the outcome of that fight. There was definitely a controversial knockdown, and scoring it that way, I don't remember if I scored it a draw.
I thought you said without the knockdown,
it would have been
it went
Tony?
Tony. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, either way, dude. I wanted to ask you about that because the Franco Tenaglia fight, you had the knockdown where you stepped on his foot and you fell, and then this one you got hit in the back of the head. So there was controversy, and you brought up the fact that the same referee was in both fights, and I wanted to ask you this. Have you had a conversation with Dan Mergliotta at all about those two fights? And did you get his point of view on things?
I talked to him after the first one, and I told him, I get it on the heat of the moment. I understand, blah, blah, blah. My wife was pissed off. Every time she sees him, she goes, you. And when it happened the second time, I was a little bit like, that was clear as day. Like that was pretty clear. I like Big Dan. I think I respect everything he's done for combat sports, but I feel like with this being a little different, with it being more high pace, I think, not even his being his fault. I think bare knuckle itself, BKFC needs to come to an agreement where they have a red flag in the corner just in case for something like this. And the corners can throw that flag where it can be reviewed during the minute break and the commission can look over and see if it was considered a knockdown or not. I know some states like Jersey, they review if it was or wasn't. And I think we need to adapt that within bare knuckle itself.
I agree 100%. And we were just at Mohegan Sun. First fight card of the year. It was the Chachi Versace fight that kicked off against Jared Lennon.
Yep.
And Chachi was losing the first 3 rounds of the fight. And I think and he knows he was losing the first 3 rounds of the fight. But he goes and knocks down Jared Lennon twice in the 4th round, getting him a 10-7, which ties it up right there, which ties it up going into the 5th. So all of us like fight, people that know the sport, if it's 37-37 going into the 5th, someone's going to win the 5th and there's not going to be a fucking draw. Someone's going to win, whether it's going to be Jared Lennon or
Chachi Versace.
But then they call a draw and we're like, how can it possibly be a draw? Well, we found out afterwards that they reviewed one of the 2 knockdowns in that 4th round, and they determined that it was a shot to the back of the head, and they called it a no knockdown.
Well, that's people's luck. It's not my luck.
Right. So what you're saying there, they should really consider that, because
I think this would be something that should be adopted, with it being they, like we always say, and it's kind of repetitive at this point. The fastest growing sport, we should also be the fastest growing rule sports. I mean, as far as rules,
adapt.
We need to adapt. We need to adapt these things, and not just by state, because some states have open scoring. We need to just have it all laid out on the line. Instead of every state being different when it comes to that. We've opened up pretty much almost every state now, so it needs to come to the point where it's like, this is how we're doing it, this is how it's done, we're coming to this state and this is what we do. Take it or leave it.
I agree.
I agree as well. I don't understand. I don't know what an argument could be against it. Like, what could be the argument to say to not have a replay? Because what's fair is fair. We know it's happening. It's not like it's maybe this is wrong. It's like, no, you're watching what happened live and it's immediate. So you have that 1 minute time frame, and even afterwards, if something hey, that was a foul, maybe they can call it later. As long as the fighters know going in, I can see if you're fighting different because the score is a certain way, it's going to change the whole outcome of the fight. But like, if there's a knockdown, it wasn't a knockdown. It's very easy to pull that off.
That's a fact. And the thing I do take away from like realistically speaking, that last fight with this dude, hey, my hat goes off to him. He got the dub, but the thing that kills me the most, the cat keeps repeating, 8 days, motherfucker. I took it on 8 days too, bro. I had 3 different opponents in 12 days, bro. I picked you. I wanted you. I made you famous. Okay. You were nobody until you fought me. So let's just put that the fuck out there. Okay. But I enjoyed that fight. The only thing was my head was in that fight, but my heart wasn't. And a lot of people say, hey, you didn't look like yourself. And it's the truth. I didn't really feel like I was really in that fight. I was kind of just going there to kill. My defense, I was just going straight at this guy. I wasn't even trying to block. They got to the point where I was telling him, come on. And you see it in that fight. Like, I was like, come on. Like, I'd never do that shit. That was me just rage mode. I'm a more intelligent fighter. I'm a slicker fighter. The fact that I'm able to be active. Now I've fought 2 times in the last 3 months. I manage myself, which is the best decision I think I've ever made, because I'm able to be active. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I directly speak with, the boss man himself, and, I get my approvals to continuously fight. Okay. He gives me the okay. I can fight another organization as long as it doesn't, interrupt what we're doing here. But moving forward, this is one of the most cleanest, polished versions of me, and I'm really ready to fucking show the world, why I am one of the best bare knuckle fighters on the planet.
100% healthy too. I believe, and you can correct me if I was wrong. Did you have something going on with your knee or something like that on the last one?
So I had my appendix removed 5 weeks before that fight,
Yeah.
and I posted that, and then the Franco fight.
The
I was
Franco
I was in a head-on collision a week and a half before the fight. That's why they flew out HD. I actually tore my knee. I had to when I had to do the squats, I had to front. My knee was shot. My knee is not. It's a lot better now. Thank God for peptides. It definitely helped out a lot. But I eventually do have to get surgery. But my knee is great. It's good. I can run. I can do sprints. Everything's good. I mean, talking down the line, maybe 5-6 years, I'll probably get it fixed. But I mean, it's great now. It's good. But I sparred twice in that last camp. I was in the emergency room when I got the call. Hey, do you want to fight Franco? I said, fuck yeah. Yes, I will never let that down. The difference between me and a lot of these other fighters, and just fuck that, but most people, I'm gonna fight. I'm always gonna fight. A lot of you guys know my story. I was an abused young boy. I'm gonna fight. I'm used to pain. I'm used to this. My biggest thing is pushing through things. Okay, you don't make up excuses. You make up you make a plan. But I try not to use that shit as a crutch. Like, oh, you won because of that. No, no, no. You won, you won. It is what it is. But this is my story. This is what happened on my end. Okay. I still fought you like this. Now you're fighting me at 100%, which I have not been 100% since probably my third bare knuckle fight. I was 100% fourth, 100% fifth, 100%. Okay. That's why I look so polished, so clean. Everything looked phenomenal. Well, besides when I fought Good John, I was on antibiotics. That's why I looked so skinny that fight, because I was shitting my brains out. But we show up and we fight. Look at Joel Romero. He's got the flu. Suck it up, Buttercup. You never wanted to fight fucking Lorenzo. You just wanted to fucking, make some noise to stay relevant. That's my opinion.
That's crazy that even happened.
But we got a better fight out of it. So
yeah, we did. You know what?
I'm way more into this.
For the
fight.
diehard BKFC fans, this is much, much more interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for it. I'm so
your
happy.
fight card. This fight card is insane. You get your get back with Bonner, but like I said at the beginning of this conversation, it's not far from New York too. So are you going to have a big?
So I got somebody walking me out. I got a famous rapper walking me out. I'm not going to say who. From New York. You know what I'm saying? I give y'all a hint. Bing bong. That's all I'm going to say.
No way. No way.
But that's all I'm going to say. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your life. But yes, it's going to be different.
Immediately I felt I knew.
So we coming out. Look at the shape I'm in right now. This is crazy. Look at this, bro. When have I looked like this? You understand?
You're looking like a young Mike Hunnell over there.
I've been telling Kyle that. I tell him, I walk into work and I say, Kyle, what's up, man? Have you seen Tony Soto? Let's look at pictures. And I show him. I say it. I let people know. And actually, whoa, we've got this. What are you trying to steal wives and what's going on?
I don't want extra bills.
Take care of this guy. What's he doing?
I don't want extra bills.
I'm gonna. Yeah, right.
I'm scared of two things in this world. Only two things, okay? Spiders and child support, and I'm good. Okay.
You know what's funny that you say. That's so funny that you just said I'm scared of two things in this world, because I was walking through work yesterday, and a young E5 at work goes, "Hey, Sergeant Mish, what are you?"
That's a sergeant for those of you.
Yeah,
I don't know what E5.
I'm a master sergeant. Sergeant Mish.
Yeah.
They're like, "What are you afraid of?" And I turn around, I was like, "It's a fucking weird question." I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I afraid of? I'm a grown man. I'm not afraid of fucking much." I'm like, sharks, I guess. I go, sharks. I go, maybe the ocean. I'm not a big ocean guy. And I go, maybe death. I don't want to die and leave my kids and wife behind.
But see, that's the thing. You're not scared to die. You're scared of what you leave behind. That's the thing.
Right. I don't want to leave them alone. You know what I mean? And I go, and then maybe prison. And they're like, prison? I go,
I love prison. Fuck that.
Yeah, but they're like, why would you be afraid of prison? I go, for the same reason I don't want to die. I don't want to go to prison when I got your wife and kids at home. You know what I mean? It's like, don't think that I don't have this small little voice in the back of my head. Every time me and Mike go to one of these cities and we go out with everybody after these events, that I'm saying in the back of my head saying, don't do anything fucking stupid. Don't get yourself put in jail. Don't die. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things, like you got to go home to the wife and kids.
You sound like a paranoid fuck. That's what you sound like, bro.
No,
Alright.
no.
You know what I'm thinking about when I'm out and about?
Having a good time.
Nobody better not step on my fucking shoes because my wife's gonna hear it.
You know what? You know what I worry about? I worry about running into a guy like Tony Soto that stands there in the bar and fucking tells me to jab him in his forehead.
Forehead.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna jab you in your forehead. He's like, then put your fucking hand out. Put it out. And then he runs
Yeah.
his fucking forehead right into my hand.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That was in Birmingham.
I do remember that. That was in Alabama, but
That's the second callback to Alabama tonight
But-
because Mike Richman made his debut on that
On that
card.
card?
And
that was the first
same
time
card.
that I went to bare knuckle. That's when Bobo fought
Zach Kalmus,
Zach Kalmus,
who's
and
also on the card.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a good card, man. I'm really excited. I can't wait to, like I said, this is gonna be crazy. I got a new coach in my corner. You know, Clarissa Shields' coach is my coach this time. We got Don Saxby in my corner from Gleason's. He'll be there. You know, I got of course Keith Richardson and my coach Andrea. You know, we're ready to go, man. This is gonna be phenomenal. You guys are gonna love it. You know, for all the shit talkers out there, for the naysayers, listen, y'all can eat a bag of dicks and fucking just do what you do best and talk shit, because anybody can be a fucking a couch quarterback over here, but I'm out there putting on the fucking shows, bro. And I've always put on the shows.
Depending on the outcome of this. Now, I know you're going in there for the victory, but if you finish him early, a trilogy wouldn't make sense. But if it goes to another classic between you and Ben and they start talking trilogy, is that something that you would entertain? Or once you get this get back, do you want to move on to you want to get Franco again and focus more on a title run? What would happen?
So what means more to me out of this, believe it or not, is the get back. I want to fight him than Franco. I don't care for the title until I get my get backs, because we all know the truth behind it. A lot of people talking shit online. I get a lot of private messages from these weirdos. I flew myself out to Italy, went out there, and some Irish Italian guy, whatever, was fucking riding me like a fucking like a I don't know, like a fat dude at a strip club or whatever. And I mean, then he comes over. I go back to the States and he's fucking writing messages, like talking shit. I'm like, where was that energy when I was out there? Very, really weird. I just don't understand a lot of these people why they talk so much shit online, but then when they see me, like, if you know me, you know me, bro. I'll put hands on whoever. For instance, he's got to keep his fucking distance. I'm telling you, that Kai kid, I don't like him. I will come down to 145. That's an easy cut for me, okay? I don't like that kid. I don't like him at all. Nothing about him. He's fucking cringy, okay? He even stole my king shit. All of a sudden, he's King Kai. That was the first one in here doing the king shit, bro. You know, like, it's get your own gimmick. He's never fought anybody on the level that I've fought. Okay, one person I would say, actually, I give him that. HD is a phenomenal fighter. I give him that. Everything he's done for bare knuckle, respect. You know, that dude then definitely put in his work. I have nothing but utmost respect for that guy. That was his biggest challenge, but yet again, he can't do to me what he's done to these guys, because I fought Krumah. He's gonna try to fight me in a clinch, and we all seen what that happened there. So
I do remember the King stuff. That was North Carolina, January 27th. That was the first time I think you walked down with the crown, right? Is that
Yep.
that was the
Yeah,
first
that's
time?
what I'm saying. I did that. I wear
Lee.
Versace's all of a sudden, and all of a sudden he's wearing Versace's. Like, come on, get your own kid. You're looking up to me, bro. I'm your father. It's okay, you know. I get it. I get it. But
Never thought about that
I never paid child support. But look, go back. I started wearing Versace's, doing all. Now he's wearing Versace. Same style too. Same fucking glasses. Like, make it make sense, bro. Like, I know I'm a trendsetter, but damn, bro, be a go-getter and be yourself, man. You know. You over here with your little fucking whiskers. Like, get out of here, bro.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life.
Hey, fuck your life. Hey,
cocksucker.
so perfect 2026 for you would be Bonner, Teneglia, Kai. Would that sound like a good 2026 for Tony Soto?
Bro, that shit sounds. Perfect. Listen, that shit sounds like a fucking movie, baby. Like, I'm telling you, I'm a man of simple things. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for much. I don't bother people. But if I could have that for Christmas, I'll start early. I would love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be beautiful. I would love to fight all three of those motherfuckers this year. I'd like to be as active as possible.
Man.
But for a lot of the people who talk about bare knuckle, not keeping these guys active and all that, people outprice themselves. That's the problem. Stop outpricing yourself. Okay. Know your worth. Okay. First and foremost, I appreciate everything Bare Knuckle has done for me, and they've always taken care of me financially, behind the scenes as well. But I know my worth. I go out there and I fight my fucking ass off. He gives the speech in the back to fight your fucking ass off, and that's what I do every single time, right? A lot of these guys go in there, they get hit once, and then what happens? They fucking crumble, they fucking cry, they quit. Eddie Alvarez, for instance, Luke Rockhold, all these other guys, these big names that come in, they're not as tough as they fucking think they are. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting paid bags. But I get paid bags too, but I put on shows. So
Yeah, the some of it is like they pay a lot of money for these names to get people to pay attention, and it does work to an extent. But like you said, there are the people that come along and they fight, and then they don't come back. So it's like they come there for the bag. They don't do what Platinum Mike Perry. He came in and he fights, and he doesn't fight a real lot, but he does fight enough, and he
He's
never
fought
left.
6
And
times,
I
right? He's
do
6-0.
enjoy that.
yeah.
Yeah, and I do respect that about him, because he does get paid well, and he does, but he's changed his whole life around, and now he's worth that, right? He's getting pulled into all these other things, which
Yes.
is great. But yeah, there are, and obviously I'm not a fighter, so there's a certain limit where I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna talk down to something I don't actually do.
Yeah.
But if we look at the way that Luke Rockhold handled his contract and what he did in the ring, I definitely did not like that, and that should be frowned upon because he looked for the money and he did get hurt. So,
We
and
all
that's
get
why I
hurt.
don't want to go
We
too
all
far.
get hurt, bro.
But it was like he was like, nope, he got that money, and the second that something happened, he was like, I'm out of here.
Same
And
thing
then
with
he
Eddie.
talked
Eddie
shit
went to the
about it
corner,
too
but Eddie
afterwards.
went to the corner, and then he went like this. And apparently, I heard through the grapevine, and he looked at his coach and said, "You ready to get paid?" He said, "I'm good." And I heard about that. So, like, ready to get paid? I'm good. I won't fight. And that's when he didn't come out the corner.
Wow.
That's just something I couldn't do. And like, if it's something to the point where it's gonna like, I don't know, if like my health wise, like, I don't know, if my fucking teeth and my front teeth get knocked the fuck out. Personally, I don't know what I would do. I don't really have a quit in me, but if I can't keep a mouthpiece in my fucking mouth, they're not gonna let me fight. So
Yeah.
that's that. But honestly, you gotta kill me. I've said it once, I've said it twice. They call me the king for a reason, because I'm the king of talking shit and backing it up. Okay. And you guys know that. You can vouch for that shit. Have I not? Every time I've said something, I've done it.
Every time.
But every time. And I'm just blessed to be where I'm at. Now you can tell this is a different demeanor in me this time, man. I'm real. Last time I was like this, I bodied somebody. You guys remember that. So
I always feel like you've
You
been pretty
definitely
confident
seem
though since we've known you. I feel like you've
Yeah.
always been pretty confident and just like texting or talking back and forth or having you on the show. So I've always felt like you were very confident in what you were doing and what, you know what I mean? So I expect this attitude from you,
Yeah, you do seem super dialed in though, for sure.
Yes.
No, this is crazy. I feel super like harsh. Personally, I haven't returned a lot of people's calls. I haven't been texting people. I haven't hanging out with people. I've been traveling. Like I've been traveling to New York every weekend, flying myself every fucking weekend to go out there and train, get some great work. Just putting myself out of my comfortability, out of my element. Just literally sparring with guys doing nothing but defensive rounds, man. Just defense, moving, whoop, 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 move. And then, traveling. I'll be in Rock Hill tomorrow, sparring, doing 4-minute fucking rounds with 30-second breaks, 5 rounds, like that's different. It's different. These guys don't train like us. They don't eat like us. Motherfuckers are eating baked beans. They're putting beans on top of fucking goddamn potatoes and shit. Get out of here, bro. I'm over here eating motherfucking straight Angus burgers, bro. Tighten the fuck up. Like, we different over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
beans and potatoes.
that's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
well, listen, Tony, you said a lot of things to get us even more excited than we already were about this. We always love talking to you, and we're glad that you gave us a few minutes of your time because we know you're dialed in and you're not doing a lot of these interviews. And
No,
phone calls and stuff.
I've
So
honestly,
we appreciate you, brother.
this is the only one I've done. I didn't do any last camp. Like I'm trying to really dial in. Like I feel like this is my time right now. I feel like it's now or never. And I've even changed up my whole entire camp. Like I train at nighttime now because I factored in the fact that I've been training in the morning and then at the nighttime I've been tired. And then backstage, I'm like, fuck, my legs are leaving. I feel tired, ready to go sleep. So I'll stay up after this. I'll be on my Call of Duty game till about 5 in the morning. Then I'll sleep all day and then train all night. So my body is dialed in. It knows when it's time to peak. So I'm ready. This is gonna be beautiful.
Well, I love it, man. I like hearing this out of you. And Mike and I will be there next Thursday for the press conference and the whole shebang.
There's a
And,
press conference.
Yeah, the Thursday. The Thursday is the press
yes.
conference.
I'm
Friday,
probably in it. I don't
At the
fucking know.
Park
yeah,
Casino.
you're probably there.
I
And then,
didn't get. I got an email, but I don't read that shit.
well,
I'm
dude,
looking right now. I'm gonna
we'll
see
see
if
you
you're on.
next Thursday at the press conference. I'm sure you'll be there. I'm excited about this. Thank you so much for coming on here. Any final words before we let you go and go talk to Joe Elmore?
Listen, guys. Anybody who wants to be a fighter, I'll give you some words. Listen, don't listen to what anybody says that you can't, because you can. Anything is possible. Look at me. I'm just a nobody who became somebody who's still nobody. Just do what you do it hard, train hard, hit them hard, stay blessed.
Love it, Tony. Thank you. Mike, you got anything else for Tony Soto?
Hey, Tony. Thank you
Hey,
so much for coming on, my friend. Cannot wait to see you. I'm sure the walkout's going to be incredible. I already know. And that
yes,
place last year was absolutely packed. And this time they're going to go over 18,000 with this card. I can't wait. It's going to be great. And we've
listen,
just got a week to go. Everybody,
yes,
you
sir.
better be tuned the hell in. And you know what? There's enough seats for all of you. So, you know what? Better yet, just show up there. Bonner versus Soto 2. We already saw the first one. I know you didn't forget about it. You got to see number 2. Philadelphia, PA, February 7th, Xfinity Mobile Arena. Let's go. It's been real, my friend. We will see you in a short while, just a few days, and we'll be
Yes,
back
sir.
in Philly. Take
Later,
care. Have a
Tony.
great night. Play some Call of Duty. Maybe we'll have to get on the VR sometime and play.
Hoorah! Let's go.
I'll see you later, man. Take care, everybody else. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Joe Elmore.
Your mom's nips.
Look at this
Yes,
beautiful
yes,
guy.
Yes. You
What
know,
is going on, Joe Elmore?
Man, ready for KnuckleMania 6. How about you, gentlemen?
I can't wait for it. I just can't wait. But I picked those pictures because that is when I became a massive Joe Elmore fan. That fight, just going through those pictures the other night when I made that little transition video there, and I was just looking at those and I was like, man, I remember this and this is so great. We weren't there. I was watching it on television, but it was not long after we first started covering the sport. So we didn't know everybody that Bkfc had to offer. And so I had not yet really seen you fight. And when I saw you fight in that main event, I was blown away. And I was like, dude, who is this guy? We've got to know this guy. We've got to see more of this guy. And here we are today, and we know a hell of a lot more about you. And thank God, it's been great. Welcome back. How you been?
Man, ready to come back. God, yeah, man, off a year, staying healthy in the gym, back and forth for different camps, couple fights that fell through that I was supposed to be in, and just getting ready, getting dialed in, taking care of everything I got to do to show up in right at a week. So
14 months off, man. That's a long time for you, Joe. I know that you were itching, and you just said that you had a few fights. Yeah, there you go.
Late
You had a
tomorrow, I was itching, man.
So
Ah.
you said you had a few fights that popped up and then fell off. When could we have seen you? Like, would
So
last
I had
summer?
a big fight, a lot of money for it. Was supposed to be right to fight in London again on a card with Sugar Shane Mosley, Victor Ortiz. I called Dave. They said I could do it, but I don't know what fell through. I guess it was just I was going to make a lot of money, pay-per-view rights, and I think it just become too much with between Sugar Shane and all the other guys that were on the card. I went to the press conference, went out there, met. I'm back, me and Victor become friends. If I would have had this fight signed 3 weeks sooner, I was actually going to go out there and stay and get some camp in but so I had that fight fall through, and then the guy that I beat here in Atlanta, the Ray Charles and some other judge didn't see but voted for anyway. They were going to let me rematch him, but wound up being in Indiana, and Lytle's guy from Indiana wound up beating him, and on that card. But that originally I was got offered that fight, and I don't know what fell through. And again, I'm kind of glad it did. There were some things that came up that would have taken me out of camp in that fight. So again, God's timing on that one. But it still bothered me. I'm like, God, when is this thing's gonna happen? Even this camp, I got that Yoel Romero flu but I got it in Miami. God, it lasted 6 weeks. I was dying of exhaustion. Everybody, if it's what Yoel got now, I'm sorry, I agree because I fight. Listen, speaking of which, I'm gonna back up for a sec. You said that was one of your favorite fights. You become a fan of me. Look at this, which it's all fixed and better now. But 6 days before that fight, I tore 100% tear in my subscapula. So that's why I was throwing my jabs like this and had that left arm down. And I used so much Philly shell because I trained with some old crunk guys from Detroit back then. I still train that style, but at the time, my full-time coach was coming in from Detroit and trained with me. And I had some boxing guys that are really good at that style that came in and stayed with me that whole entire week, sparring till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning under my garage so I could learn to spar and miss those big punches that Leonard would throw with 100% tear in my arm. I think I had like 7 injections of lidocaine just to kill the nerves so I could throw the punch and basically just tear it until it was gone.
Didn't you have didn't it look like I was like a bone sticking out of your shoulder there at the time too? Didn't you?
I still have that. That's a torn AC joint, but the repaired surgery that they did on that, I have one of the best surgeons in the world now. Speaking of which, my biggest sponsor, one of the most awesome human beings in the world. But yeah, no, they take your bicep head tendon, put it in here so it doesn't pull from the subscap. They did a full subscap repair. I did a lot of therapy for years. I was like 4 years ago. Hell, that was after Leonard. I immediately had surgery. I fought with the repair in London, and since London, this has been like this. But when the AC joint tears, the surgery that helps fix it is either repairing the AC joint or having the bicep head tendon, which is already done from a previous surgery in there. So it's just pointless. Lytle has the same exact thing. Doesn't do much.
Listen, anybody that's had shoulder injuries, like I'm speaking from experience. I've blown out both of my shoulders. You can't do a whole lot. You're a fighter, so you're throwing punches and whatnot. Like, I coach baseball and I coach basketball. I, for the longest time, haven't been able to throw a baseball. I can throw it a dozen times, maybe 24 times, and then my arm wants to fall off. Or if I'm coaching basketball, I can't even shoot. I could shoot about 5 or 6 jump shots before I want to fucking rip my arm off. You know what I mean? So I could feel your pain when it came to that, and kudos to you on learning a new technique to fight through that. That's fucking even more. That makes it even more impressive what you did against Leonard.
Fight and adapt, like Tony Loco said, man. You just got to do things, but now it's honestly, during that time when I was repairing, it also made me a demon southpaw. My ability to switch and a lot of the style that I've adapted later, come from me coaching when I was in my repair for almost like 9 months before London. And by the time I fought Connor Tierney, dude, I could do things with my right hand I'd never been able to do. And yeah, now because my bicep head tendon pulled through here, my left hook is probably double the power it used to be. And it's always been pretty badass because it pulls from the chest instead of the back. So I have more pull in that punch. And yeah,
Well, we talked to your opponent earlier tonight. I don't know if you saw the conversation, but the great Mike Richman, you guys, like we said, when I said at the beginning of this show, we got 3 of the most entertaining fighters on the whole damn roster on tonight's episode, which is fantastic. You and Mike, holy shit, this could be one bloody violent war when you go in there. What do you got to say about your opponent, Mike Richman, what he's done in the sport so far? You guys have both been around for a very long time in the Bkfc and both done great things. What do you got to say about Mike and the opportunity for you two to throw down at KnuckleMania 6?
Listen, I respect him so much for what he did for our country. He has got balls, dude. I remember, he's fought big guys, little guys, any guys. And if you have another guy, I mean, I actually messaged him a long time ago when he fought Lorenzo. I'm like, man, you got the balls, dude. Everybody just, it doesn't matter. 135 in Bellator to 185 champion, fought to 175 for the title and lost for pound best fighter that's fixing to fight Lorenzo. And that's who I am. And I've fought Tom. Everybody I have fought has either fought for a title or currently holds a title in Bkfc. Connor Tierney still holds the title over there. Dustin Pegg just won the title. When I fought Leonard, he won in Mexico the title. He was the actual official Mexican world champion at the time. And those losses have been split decisions where I've won 4 on one card and lost 3 on another. And I mean, I've never hit the mat still. And Mike Richman puts everybody down. He's a dog face, licks blood. I mean, he's unfazed. Like you said, he's so calm. And our energies are opposite. It's yin yang, but it's the yin yang of just like, what is it when the unstoppable force meets an unmovable object? And it's like what we are. I mean, he marches forward. He'll take a punch. I'll take a punch. I'll give a punch. Maybe he'll be the first guy to knock me down. That's fucking awesome. It makes me fucking excited. I've been craving life or death for a year, and it's my life. It's what makes me tick. And I'm pissed too, man. It's not on the press conference. Are you kidding me? Undeniably that we could be one of the best fights that's ever happened in Bkfc or one of the hardest knockouts there could be. I mean, it is hell and mayhem thinking about me and Mike Richman. I'm bumping up from 165. He's coming down from 185. We're meeting at 175 plus 176 max. I'm going to be walking around pretty much at weight. I'm not going to bleed as easy. I'm going to be able to go as hard as I want. Mike doesn't have to cut as much. He gets to be in better shape because he is going to have to be at 175. So we're both going to be cardio ready, power punching, just God, dude, it's unbelievable that we're not any other card in any other place would be a main event. And I'm just thankful, Mike. A lot of guys don't want to take fights with me because I'm dangerous for anybody and everybody. I am not an easy fight for anybody on any roster in any sport. And Mike is, like I said, he's got balls. It doesn't matter who I am or who I'm not. He's just, hey, take this fight. Let's go. And yeah, so it's exciting. Plus, it's pushed me, man. This camp, I have 8, right? Him talking about, I got a whole tray. I got a Cajun salmon, a wild caught Alaskan butcher box salmon I ate tonight. I cooked 6 fillets. I did 2 Cajun, 2 sweet seafood, and 2 lemon peppers. Been chowing down on good food, trying to be the most elite best I can with the best training partners. And I find some guys just don't do that to me. So it's KnuckleMania energy this time. Oh yeah, brother. Yeah.
So you spoke about the pre-fight press conference, and yes, unfortunately, you are not on there. And Richman and Soto and Bonner, they're not there either. And I feel like there's a lot of I think that you guys would complement the stage. But moving on from that, if you saw our interview with Mike earlier tonight, we asked him about the placement on the card as well as the advertising for the card and what he thought about it. And he was not happy about it. And so what do you think? Because we were talking about, obviously, the card. You guys are in the 5th fight on the main card from what I just checked. And I do know that what you see on the website isn't always what happens the night of the fight. I would say it changes often. So we believe, Kyle and I believe, that you guys should be under the Soto Bonner fight. You should be after that. Before that, sorry.
I mean, deservingly so, dude. He's a 2-time champion. I mean, I hate to feel like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just want to divide. This card is fucking amazing from head to toe.
It is amazing.
We're definitely a headline kind of top tier fight as far as OG, world champion, just all the accolades of what kind of fight this is going to be. So it could be a strategy. I do think that when you don't let me speak, you're missing out on advertisement. If you're not showing stuff, getting people excited to watch me, you might have somebody that might not watch me. I mean, I've went viral several times. I've fought different every single fight. I've never fought a boring fight. I fought Tom Shoaf, blood, guts, and more. I had a fight of the night against Leonard. I mean, me and Connor went in there and I boxed with a boxer. I mean, I just don't understand how they could miss out on an opportunity for themselves, because I can't mess up an interview or the more eyes they get on us, the more it's going to be excitement and build up for them. So I don't care. I'm not offended. To me, it's honestly like, I can show you better than I can tell you anyway. So I mean, once we fight, you can't take these from us. So once that bell ding dongs and we go in there, you can put us whatever spot on that card you want, and people are going to see that fight. So
when you were on stage, I want to say was it the MVP versus Mike Perry card? You were on that card. You were sitting right next to Mike Perry, and you did, like,
yes,
everybody was there to see Mike Perry and MVP talk on stage. But when they gave you the opportunity to speak on the mic,
they didn't give me an opportunity. I took that shit.
Yeah,
they sitting there, and Mike Perry was sitting there talking, and I said, nobody was asking me. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? And I was like, I'm gonna just go. And then Mike Perry said that I'm gonna stay calm. And I said, I'm over here sweating out of my fucking suit right now. And I just I didn't think about that. I don't ever write a script or think. I'm just passionate. I want to speak. And I don't give a fuck if you know who I am or care about me. If you want, just let me talk so you can hate me for a minute. Just watch. I don't care if you love me or hate me. Just watch me, but don't play me like a fool. He says it bothers him. Mike did, and it does bother me. But bother me as in like superpower. Let your nuts swing. Come on, dude. All right, come on. I'll show all of you. I'm more hyped than. I will hype up and be as real as Lorenzo or any champion or anybody. I don't hold no titles, but I'm an amazing character. I love to fight, and you can't take that I'm real, honest, open, love God, love family, love fighting. I'm a badass bitch motherfucker that loves his country, loves the Lord, and is a good dude. You can't beat that in the ring and out the ring. Just give us opportunity. That's all I want. I just want opportunity in life.
Joe, I'm going to say something, and Mike will agree with me here. And this is not a shot at like anybody that I'm about to talk about here, but when they have these guys up on stage, you're not going to get much out of Andre Arlovsky.
I was going to say the same.
He's barely going to talk. And I love Dave Mundell, but Dave Mundell does not talk shit. He's not going to do a lot of shit talking up on that stage. Maybe he might get a little shit talk pulled out of him by Lorenzo, because Lorenzo has that. Lorenzo has that ability to pull it out of some people. But most of the time, Dave Mundell doesn't say all that much.
He's a very respectful, like kind of
John Masson,
laid back cowboy. He's the laid back, cool cowboy. And Lorenzo's the heel. The NWO red and black, betrayed by black and white, and like, yeah, he's Razor Ramon of BKFC, and that's just who he is.
And you're in like, nothing against the girls, but you're not going to get too much viral talk out of Jod and Crystal, because they're both respectful and they're you know what I mean? Like, Crystal.
Well,
it-
there's
it-
things that'll go viral. I just don't know about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
we
yeah.
know
That's why I said talk. You're not
Yeah,
gonna get viral
listen, they're
talk.
getting people to watch. There's going to be fans that ain't really fans of us. I get their views. I get all their views too. Don't y'all hate now? Come
So
on
what,
now.
what I'm
Hey,
getting. So what
I don't care where the viewers come from. Just check it
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
My head
and
look, if I drew a circle, that looked like a titty. Just check it out, fellas. Look.
to play devil's advocate for Jade in placement, she is the number one contender in her division.
She is the
Hey,
number
but
one.
you know,
contender.
speaking of which, dude, like I said, still in the show, man. You remember originally with that show in London too? People were like, I can't believe that is a co-main event, and Connor and Joe aren't. And I said, it's all right. By the time the card gets there, I'll be the co-main event. 3 days later, wow. So I do believe in what you said too about moving that card up. I got
They
a
move
spiritual
around.
connection to this universe. And the universe provides the things that the contracts don't, I believe. You can't stop the universe and God and his plan and divine intervention. And yeah, I think that's there's a lot of that coming up in Philly. By the way, I got the whole Rocky outfit, like identical to what he wore, minus the sponsors I added to it and Hitman instead of Rocky on it.
Oh man,
Legit, bringing it to
wearing
Philly.
it in Philly. Oh, dude, that's
Moon
great.
better be there to see you run up there.
We need, they got to get Stallone out there, dude. Is what they got to do.
Dude,
They
I
gotta
wish
do-
I could. I tried to hit him up on Messenger. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't said shit to me. But come on, man. Anybody knows Stallone, tell him to check his DMs.
Yeah.
I hit him up and I was like, lock me out in Philly. How great would that be?
Get him out there. Get him out there, dude.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
in the 14 months off that you've been, just staying in shape and getting and wanting to fight, are you still jumping out of airplanes all the time?
Oh
and doing
no,
all that
man.
stuff?
One of my best friends,
Something
Joe
thousand.
Hollywood, rest in peace, Hollywood. He's on my banner and stuff. He died. His whole family, his daughter does it. She's married to the pilot that flies out there. I just wanted to focus on staying healthy. Not like
Okay.
the drinking water, eating right. Just I risk so much at that gym. I fight with, Warren Thompson. He was my one of the last hard spars we had tonight. He was a line fight heavyweight world champion or 185
Yeah.
world champion. I fight with Warren
Fought
all
in
the
Orlando.
time. Yeah. He's one of my best friends, man. I've been training with him at Torch MMA. He has a lot of good guys come in there, and I've been putting in some good camp with some really good guys, and yeah, man, I'm so
Dialed
prepared
in.
and ready for this and dialed in. It's wild.
Yeah.
I always considered you like the BKFC's version of Donald Cerrone. You know what I mean? Like that guy who will always go out there and put on a fucking banger, but when he's not fighting, he's doing some wild, crazy shit.
Mhm.
You know
Well,
what I
dude,
mean?
I do. We did spend all summer. I got a supercharged jet ski, the Yamaha supercharged jet ski, and I got some videos hitting some about 10, 15-foot jumps on a supercharged. I'm talking about a full size 3-seater supercharged, hitting 80 out there on the ocean. So I'm still an extremist, and I am gonna jump out the plane again. But I love stuff. Anything extreme that I
Into
can
Xfinity
do.
Arena, you'll just jump right in.
Adrenaline
So
junkie.
here's true bucket list. In Dubai, they fight below where they do the skydive center on the big tower where you jump off the tower on the beach. And I want to jump off the tower into a fight. I saw myself and I'm like, whenever bare knuckle hit Dubai, I'm like, come on, God, put that. Hey, imagine me jumping out the fucking airplane. David will be like, hell no, you're not right before a fight. Can you imagine swooping in, landing right in the cage or the ring? I would do it though, for sure. I'd land right on my opponent and teabag him on the way. And oh my God, my bad. No, I'm just
So Joe, you're gonna be able to do this against Mike Richman in front of 18,000 plus. That's I don't know what the largest crowd you have fought in front of. I know you have fought in front of some big ones, but is 18,000 plus going to be the biggest one so far, or no?
I would imagine it's going to be one of the biggest. I don't know what the max attendance of any event I've fought at. I can imagine this is definitely the biggest card against one of the best opponents, one of the most exciting fights my whole entire career, for sure. Every fight, the next fight is, but this one truly is. It's just an amazing martial artist from MMA to bare knuckle. He's done great things, and And yeah, so I'm dude, that shit fuels me though. So it could be, I mean, what, there was 1 million people watching. And what's the difference of them live and there? The noise. I fought with
Yeah,
with
that's
with people sitting 6 feet apart in a rodeo barn for BKFC 10 against Will Chope. When I hit him, you could hear it go back up, back up, back up, back. It was like echoing off the walls. It was so empty in there. I can fight with a crowd of people, 1 million people. Time stops and slows down. And some people get hit and they go to sleep. I get hit and it's like,
Wakes you up.
and I feel this warm, like, and my feet don't even touch the ground. Time slows down and I can just like, even when I get hit, it's like, and it makes me warm and feel alive. And the adrenaline doesn't scare me. It amplifies me to a superhuman ability momentarily. And then I get to go to my room and realize that my face is gassed open and I get feeling back and my wife has to baby me for whatever. But that's a great part too.
God bless her. Dude, well,
I was gonna say I was looking back on all your fights, and it does seem to be the biggest event, probably. But I don't know what the size of the MVP versus Perry card.
Yeah, see,
How
I don't
big
know.
was
That
that?
was
There
a
was a
big
lot of
card too.
people there. I don't think it was quite as big as what this is going to be next week.
Well,
'cause
and
we
then
went
that was
last week.
God, there was a huge boxing fight down there at the same time, and there was
yeah, I
dude,
remember.
you couldn't even get. It took us like 3.5, 4 hours to get home. We had to walk like 5 miles through the city with people just everywhere because it wasn't Anthony Joshua. I can't remember what fight it was, but yeah, there was a lot of people at that fight.
You know what's the best part about Philly? And we've said this before, and like if you do end up at the start of I don't know where you're gonna end up on the card. I would assume they're gonna move you guys up. But even if when we were there last year for KnuckleMania 5, there was probably 8,000 people in the building when the first prelim fight started, which is insane to us, right? And then by the time the main card was starting, there was probably 12, 13,000 people. By 2 fights into the main card, there's 15,000 people. By the fucking third fight, it was packed. It was 17,000 plus, and it never quieted down. The entire night was just energy
They're
through the
fight
damn
fans,
roof.
man. You look at people
Yeah.
from Philly, they're like, fuck yeah, you're standing on dancing. That means I love you. Come here. And they're like very like, just rugged mutual combat is like, hey, you want to fight? Yeah, okay. Hey, cop, watch. And then you can fight in the street for mutual combat. So like, come on, dude, a state like that, it's so exciting. I mean, they got a statue of Rocky, dude. It's a place that exalt fighters, and it's a dream to fight there, whether it's KnuckleMania or we're a smaller show. So it's just pretty cool that it's KnuckleMania, though.
Man,
So the one big card I haven't hit. I've been a main event, set the co-main event, fought in London for the first fight since Queen's Rule was taken out. That's a historic moment too. I mean, I've had it's so much versatility in my fight career. It's beyond blessed. Yeah, I spent a lot of time just being grateful too. So
someone over on Instagram says, "Is that Randy Orton?" They said that you. Look like
I get Jordy Nelson from Green Bay Packers all the time.
Really?
Robbie Lawler and Jordy Nelson. I've actually had people ask me to sign autographs at UFC event thinking I was Robbie. I laugh.
That's some funny shit. Joe, man, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back on this show. You and your wife are two of the most perfect, like genuine people that we've met along the ride, and Mike and I, this will be our 6th KnuckleMania. Of the 6, we've been to all 6 of them, man. It's crazy. We've been covering it for a long time, but you two are just really great people, and
we've had some great times with you guys.
Yeah,
sure. Man, we can't wait to see you guys and be here for this event. And it's always a pleasure. Come on. Hey, so I wanted to read this. Like, my wife got me this Bible, and one of my favorite quotes right now, see, it's got the night on it. And it says, "The devil saw me with my head down and thought he had won until I said amen." gonna get up on my knees and say amen after this fight. I'm just blessed to be here. Thank God for it. I also want to spend a moment to say thanks to all my sponsors, because Barber Orthopedic has been a blessing in my career. Hyperbaric chambers, treatments. I mean, just anything that an orthopedic doctor has as far as rehabilitations and therapies and things that they offer to us. Mike and Mish, y'all are so awesome for everything I've ever done for this sport. Love you guys so much. Innovative Aquatics has been helping me through this camp. Barber Orthopedic, obviously, under one flag. They're an organization that works with veterans and first responders. They take them on hunting trips, deal with PTSDs. It's just for all those people that need somebody, and they give them a place to go. So look them up. I've sent some links. I know you guys are military too, so just check them out, and any of the military buddies that might need an outlet to go look on that site and see what they offer for veterans and special people with PTSDs and things that might need that outlet. I took them on. I love them. Rally Built Homes, one of my best friends here, builds the best bathrooms in Atlanta. He's been a big sponsor of mine for a while. HK USA, they're doing all my Rocky gear, getting me looking fine for Philly. Thank them so much. Executive Branch Tree and Landscape, one of my best friends for a long time here, owns a tree service. Torch MMA, American Top Team, Georgia Pro MMA. Thanks for opening your gym and all your fighters for me this whole camp and letting me come in. And BKFC, David Philman, thanks for fighting for me when other people don't. And even when I'm off that whole time, staying in touch and getting me on these cards, making me be able to live my dreams. So, yeah, thank you.
Great stuff, Joe. Thank you so much for coming on here. You are always welcome back here. Hopefully you don't have another long gap in between fights. We need an active Joe Elmore, right?
Well, so technically, if I win, I beat, knocked out Mike Richman, he was a champion. I mean, that would, at 175, that would put me pretty up there in the 175 rankings, even though I've lost some split decisions. That would quickly say, oh my God, he's still a dangerous animal. So I get to call out whoever the hell I want after that fight. So yeah, big things coming. I've got a whole list of things I would like to accomplish, and with a big win at KnuckleMania and eyes on it, I think I can make a lot of things happen and get some more things going a lot faster. I'm gonna stay focused on that.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for coming on here. Mike, you got anything else for the Hitman?
Oh man, thank you so much for the shout out. We really appreciate it. And thanks for looking out for the soldiers. I mean, we know we're in the military. Everyone who watches the show knows that, and it's very important. So what you're doing is a gigantic help. So thank you for that. And everybody, make sure that you're tuned in. We said it already. I'm going to say it again. Richmond versus Elmore, February 7th, KnuckleMania 6. Oh my God. If you can get to this event, you should go. I don't give a shit what you're doing. You need to take time off of work. You need to make it there. If you're within a 10-hour drive, you better drive or get a plane. I don't care. You better be there, damn it. Or we're going to sick Joe Elmore on you.
Yes, sir. Tickets are worth it. Let's go.
Thank you so much, man. Take care, and we'll see you in just a few short days, and we'll be in Philly together.
Let's go.
Cannot wait. Everybody else, stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Later,
Peace,
Joe.
man.
Thank you.
You have seen nothing yet.
You have a champion, Big Ben Roswell. They beat your champ twice, so
Ben Roswell, Arlovsky 3. Big Ben Roswell.
Nobody's seen a guy hit like this in this division. Complete belief in his power, and that is why.
From Belarus, now based in Florida, Andre Arlovsky. This guy, just a legend in the sport.
He wants to prove he's the best fighter in the world.
Who is really the king of violence? Yoel Romero. Fight fans of Philly.
Man,
Hey,
you got to get hyped. I know that there's certain people missing out of that hype video, but listen, we
and there's someone in it that's not on the card anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dude, I love Joe Elmore. Him and Maggie are like, I
Yep.
said it when he was on here, but I mean it. Like those two are really great people. They
Yeah,
really
we've had some good times with them actually.
Yep.
And you want to know what? I feel like both of the times were both in like South Carolina, right?
Mhm.
Like we
Yeah.
had gone out with them one night there on that like strip, hung out with
Mhm.
them all night. That's when they had the guy. I never played the video. I've never played the video of
Oh,
the
the naked
naked
guy.
man in the hotel, and I still
That's
have it. I
right.
forgot to bring it up to
We
him.
got to talk to him about
For
that
those
next
of
week.
you that are watching still right now and don't know the story, we all went out drinking one night after the fights, I believe, right? The fights were
Yeah.
done. So
Yep.
it was the night of the fights. We all went out after the fights. We're having a great time, whatever. We all go back to hotel. I'm talking like 15 to 20 people in the lobby of this hotel at about
like 3
freaking 2
o'clock.
o'clock. Yeah, it was way early in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, right? And this guy comes walking in. Now, listen, if you walk in a lobby of a hotel at 3 o'clock in the morning, right, you're not going to see anybody but the person working the desk. But this guy had the worst luck in the entire world. He was already having really bad luck, but his luck got even worse because all of a sudden we're standing there. And I have this all on video. And I had said before that I was going to blur it out, whatever, so that we could play it on the show. I've got to get around to doing it. I've never did it back in the past. I've got to do it because it's so friggin' funny. We look over and we go, is that a naked guy coming into the hotel? And there's double doors and they open up and this guy is fucking naked with a watch.
He had a watch on. Yeah, he did have a watch on.
He's naked, nothing but a watch. He comes in. Andy Hall's in there. He's like, did you guys send this guy over here? People think it's a big joke. We're laughing our ass off. He's naked. He walks up to the friggin' desk. He asks for a room key. They take it. Now everybody's laughing. And actually, I think Elmore's in it and he's busting his balls. Oh, and the guy flicks him off and he starts like shaking his dick, right? Doesn't he like shake his dick or do something at it? And he goes and he gets in the elevator. And I remember asking him as he's walking in the elevator, he like steps in the elevator and I go, oh, sir. I was like, what the hell happened? And he like steps out and he's like, oh, some guys jumped me, took all my stuff. And then he get like naked. He gets out and talks to me. And then he gets right back in. He leaves. Now we're all laughing hysterically. You know, Russ Maxim was there, Country, a bunch of other people, right? So we're laughing our asses off. Just 5 minutes we're laughing about this. All of a sudden, this dude comes back around the corner, still as naked.
Elevator opens.
Yep, elevator opens up. Here he comes. Back in, walk of shame. The card that they gave him wouldn't open the room door. So he needed a new card. Meanwhile, he's standing there for like 5 minutes.
The way he was
cop came.
Yeah, the way he was like leaning against the counter, like he's like leaning like this against the front counter, talking with his like kind of like his ass out and his like belly hanging and his fucking dick balls just hanging out.
And
it
then
was
a cop showed
funny.
up.
Getting to the cop
walked over, and the cop walks in and immediately goes,
"This guy,
get something for this guy." And then the people behind the counter are like, "Oh, okay." And they walk like 10 feet to a closet and they grab a sheet and give it to him. Like, why didn't they do that before? Why?
right off the rip, yeah. That was the first thing the cop said. The cop walked in and took one look at him, and he was like, "Can you get him a sheet or something, guys?"
Yeah. There's Joe Elmore in the comments. Joe, if you missed that, the naked man in the hotel lobby. Never forget. That was what a freaking time.
Dude,
I gotta play that, man. That
was
was
the funniest things ever. Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Like Joe, like ran. He was going to get on the elevator, and like I think Elmore runs over and he's got his phone out, and he's like, "Hey, buddy!" And the guy turns around, he goes,
he's like, "Yeah, he did that. He did that right." And his freaking dick flapped, and oh man, it was so fucking funny. That was hilarious. What a night that was.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was in Greenville.
Joe, I've got the video myself, and Joe's like, I have the video. We have the video, but I have to blur him out and in order to play it. And I never did it.
I forgot all about that. That is one of the funniest freaking incidents that we've had at all the events we've gone to. That's one of the funnier ones for sure. What a hell of a fucking show we had tonight. Shout out to Mike Richman, Tony Soto, and Joe Elmore. He shook his dick at me, Elmore says.
He did. I remember this shit.
That shit was crazy, dude. The KnuckleMania 6 card. We don't have a show next week, guys, because we're going to KnuckleMania. So you know, as they say in pro wrestling, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Mike and I are on the road to KnuckleMania. So no show next week. But pay attention because Mike and I are going down to Philly and we might bring somebody along with us and we're going to create a bunch of content and it's going to be fucking awesome. And if you're not getting yourself to Philadelphia next week to see this shit live, which I would suggest if you're in the East Coast and you're like within a few hour drive to Philly,
you should go.
to God. Honestly, it's worth the fucking 4 or 5 hour drive. Go down there, spend the night in Philly, have a blast because 18,000 plus. Look at the fight card, top to bottom. It's phenomenal. And we talked to 3 of those guys that are getting on there. So shout out to those 3. Before we finish up tonight, I'm just gonna do this one more time. We got the Full Blast Clothing sponsoring the show. Get to fullblastclothing.com. Check out their clothing line. Buy yourself a Mike and Mish shirt. Get over to Instagram. Give them a follow at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram. And look at that Mike and Mish bare knuckle Full Blast collab shirt. It is sweet, you know. Very comfortable too. I love these shirts. They're super comfortable. You know, they fit nice. They make you look jacked. It's all an illusion, Mike. It's all an illusion, but we love it. We love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we'll be back the week after we'll do a recap show probably because with 18,000 plus and that many great fights, we're gonna have to do a little recap show. So
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
yeah, what else you got for the people tonight, Mike?
Hey, listen, I'd be wearing that Full Blast t-shirt right now if it wasn't -10 basically outside. It's going to be super cold tomorrow, I think. It's talking about like we've had below freezing levels every day for weeks. We had a snowstorm, and tomorrow they're saying feels like -10. So that's why I have a t-shirt on right now because I'm freezing my balls off even in my own house.
You know what absolutely sucks? And like we're obviously getting old and grumpy with our fucking as we're into our 40s now, we can completely understand the snowbirds that fly south. The snow won't go away, right? So there's 2 feet of snow on the ground out there, and it's been so goddamn cold. The snow just keeps hardening. It just keeps hardening and hardening. Like it is like we're gonna have snow there till fucking April if this doesn't
Oh
stop.
man, there is mounds of snow so big that you know them shits are going to be there May 1st.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like Mike said, it's been negative degrees every morning we wake up for like the last few days, last week or so, and it doesn't seem to be warming up anytime soon. So
yeah. So if you come to the fight, bundle up. That's needless to say.
Yep. So we got work tomorrow. I got a basketball game tomorrow night in North Haven, and then another basketball game on Saturday morning. We're playing in North Haven at 7:30 tomorrow night, and then at home against North Haven at 9 a.m. the following morning. And it's an hour and 20-minute drive there. So I probably won't get home. You know, we probably won't get home till 10:30, 11 o'clock tomorrow night, just in time to put fucking, you know, tell Nolan to go to bed to get some sleep so he can get up and play the same goddamn team, you know, 8 hours later.
Nice. Hey, it's an adventure.
The life. Yep, that's the life. And we will see you guys next week when you tune in to our content from the greatest show on earth, KnuckleMania 6. Mike, you got anything else for the people?
Hey, have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you live from KM6, baby. We'll be sending in all sorts of videos, all sorts of stuff. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. And we have a special guest going to be going down there with us. And you guys will find out soon. Peace.